Hey, what's up guys? In this video, I want to talk to you guys about family bug out bags, so stay tuned. Let's talk family bug out bags. I recently created bug out bags for all of my family, and so I wanted to tell you a couple of tips that I kind of, learned along the way to help you and guide you in picking your family's bug out bags and developing their 72-hour kits. So let's go ahead and get started. So the first thing you want to consider is the age of the person. Of course, a small child is not going to be able to carry as much as a teenager or an adult can. So you can definitely take a look at all of your family's ages and be realistic as to what, they can physically carry. For children, I would suggest a small backpack with just, very minor things, maybe a small flashlight or some glow sticks, something that they can, have a light with, but however it is kind of fun, so mentally it's kind of a morale booster. I would also suggest maybe keeping like a blanket, something that's comforting to them, a toy, and of course you can even keep some some snacks. They would love to carry their own snacks, I am sure, because then they have access to get it themselves when they want it. So make sure that you don't underestimate your children when you create their packs. Of course you want to look at their physical capability of carrying the amount of items that you're gonna pack them up with, but for the most part they can carry a small amount of weight, so why not give them the small things that can make them feel better in an emergency. The second thing, of course, you have to really consider is, of course, their capability of carrying the bag and their ability to, go a long time, carrying a pack of that size and that weight. Now, a lot of my family isn't really ready to be carrying a huge amount of weight. Now, my family, I'm sure, can walk for very long distances. However, when you're carrying a very heavy pack, you have to be considerate of your family's capability and their ability to carry and how much weight they can physically carry. So you have to really look at their age, their size, and of course, their physical capability to carry, and of course, their physical agility. We can physically look fit and not be fit. I have a lot of friends who are a lot thinner than I am, and I am in way better shape, health-wise than they are, because of the fact that no matter how much you weigh, no matter how much your BMI is, like, everyone carries their weight differently, and also everybody has a different fitness level, no matter their size. Now, I know a lot of people who are more, on the heavier side, myself included, and they are more than capable of going very long distances because they are very active. Myself, I actually bike about 6 to 10 miles a day during the weekdays, and you wouldn't think that because I am a bigger girl, but I definitely can carry my own shit and I can definitely keep up. I have been working on myself and my fitness for the past, 2 years. I lost 65 pounds, and so I'm still working on that. So you really just have to look at, your family's capability, not just their physical, appearance or weight or height or whatever it may be, but also their physical ability to carry the backpack for a long period of time. The other thing you really want to make sure to assess is the level of skills that your family has. Each member of your family has a different level of skills. Some people may be smarter. Some people may, may be mentally smarter, can think, very well, and, can think your way out of things, are very strategic mentally. And other people in your family are probably more, physically capable. So you really have to look at the knowledge and the skills of your family and be able to assess what items to put in their bags. Because I'm not going to give an axe to my little sister who doesn't really know how to safely use one. So you definitely want to, consider those things. You can start from the basics, work your way up, asking yourself, how many skills does this person have? And if I give them this tool, would they even know how to use it? because if they don't, then it's really kind of useless. So if you're gonna give your family something, make sure that they know how to use it, and their level of skill is up to par with the tools that they have in their bag. The other thing to consider when you are prepping your family's bags is, what are you actually prepping for? Because a lot of people, put their bags together and they just throw things in it. And I was one of those people when I first started. So that's why I wanted to make sure that that's something I addressed. I would just throw a bunch of stuff. Oh, I might need this, I might need that. And I ended up with a 42-pound bag that didn't really, need to be 42 pounds dry weight. I didn't even have water in it. So I definitely suggest that you take a look at what you're prepping for. You may need different supplies based on what you're prepping for. If you're prepping for an earthquake, you may need a little bit more supplies than most people. You may need, like an actual tent, you may, to hold yourself off a little longer. You don't know what the scenario is going to be. Everybody's in different environments. Everybody can be in different emergencies, and everybody's in different areas, to where not all emergencies are going to be the same and not all of them are alike. But there are some basic tools that we can use across all emergencies. So those are the basic tools that you should look at. Prepare for what you need to prepare for. Here in California, it's most likely earthquakes. So in that aspect, I'm going to prepare for an earthquake. I'm going to prepare things, that I would need, longer term cooking solutions, those types of things. So you really have to look at what you're prepping for, and just move on from there. And of course, keeping in mind everything else we just went over. So make sure that when you're packing your bags, really look at what you're prepping for, really assess what you're prepping for, and if those things would be useful in that situation. And of course, once you have those basics, you can move on from there. The last thing I would consider is for you to really consider the environment you are in at the moment of bugging out, and also the environment that you're bugging out to. Because, a lot of people are bugging out from locations that are a lot warmer, and are going, up in the mountains, or are going, to cabins that, there's snow, where it snows and things like that. So you really want to make sure so that you have enough supplies for the environment that you're prepping for. And of course, you have enough supplies to get you to the location that you're bugging out to. I feel like a lot of people talk about, bugging out and the bug out bag aspect, but they don't discuss, where they're bugging out to. Because if you're not just gonna wander all the streets by yourself forever. So you really need to have a plan and assess what you need, what items you need in point A and also in point B. The other thing that you want to consider is the environment that you're in. Are you in an urban environment? If you are, then you most likely just want to blend with the crowd and walk through and just be another person getting to where you need to get to. Because a lot of people that stand out, they make themselves a target for somebody to really look at them. Oh, I wonder what they have. And if you have a really loud colored backpack, you're gonna be easily spotted, and also people are gonna remember you. They're gonna remember the one person carrying, the pink dolphin backpack. They're gonna remember the person that's wearing that Gucci backpack. And of course, they're gonna think you have a lot of stuff in it, and they're gonna try to jack you for it. So I would prepare for that if that's the kind of bag that you want to have. However, if you do want to have a bag that is more suited for the urban environment, I would just suggest a regular backpack. You honestly don't even need to invest a lot of money into a bag, but you do need to consider, the capability. Is it going to, be sturdy enough? Is the quality good? Is it going to be capable of carrying the items and doing what you want it to do? But you also don't want to be the one standing out. Now, in most situations, we do want to be noticed. We do want to be rescued. In most emergencies, we may want some help. And that is fine. You should have a way to stand out and get help. However, you should also be prepared to move through the crowd unnoticed. You should also be prepared, to try to stay below the radar. You don't want people to, look at you and say, oh, I wonder what they have in that Gucci backpack. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to be the person walking around with the bright pink or the, bright red or bright turquoise backpack on, and that stands out like a sore thumb. So if anybody is looking for someone, you are going to be more easily spotted. So it's very easy to become a target that way. So you definitely want to get a bag that can blend a little bit more in an urban environment. I would suggest, anything from a black backpack, gray backpack, and even, like a green backpack, brown backpack, just something that is, earth tone. There's different types of backpacks you can use. It doesn't matter which brand or which actual backpack you use, but it does have to be good quality, and it does have to get you from point A to point B. Now, if you're bugging out to like a rural area, I would definitely look into getting more of an earth tone backpack, because it'll blend in both an urban and a rural environment. I have both a Camel backpack and a Taco D 511 72-hour rush bag. Now, both of them are very tactical. However, I actually really, don't mind the tactical look. And here in the Bay Area, everyone is actually wearing these backpacks right now, so it's not like you stand out really anyway. They're really in style right now, so it's not like I stand out. I see people with these all the time. Now, I know, that they're tactical bags because I'm a prepper and because I know about tactical gear. However, most people don't really, know a lot about the tactical gear and all of that stuff, and they just think it's, a style, and that's why they wear it, and that's fine. Now, that also gives us who love tactical gear a little leeway in the urban environment in order to, keep our tactical gear, because now everyone has some. Like I've been noticing everybody, I catch the train every day, everyone is carrying these freaking tactical bags now. So you're not really gonna stand out with a Molly Webb backpack as much, as you would with a bright red or a bright pink or turquoise backpack. So you want to blend in from the environment you're coming from and the environment that you're going to, because you don't want someone, to pinpoint you out of the crowd because you have that, nice Louis Vuitton bag and you're gonna get jacked. So I would suggest to really just tone it down. Tone it down and be able to blend into the environment that you're in. But those are my tips for you guys when you are selecting your family's bags. Let me know what you thought in the comments, and if there's other tips that you have for myself or even the community, make sure that you leave it down in the comments. Because we love to learn from each other here, so we really want to know how we can be better prepared, and of course we're all here to support each other in doing so. And if you're into prepping videos or self-sufficiency, make sure that you subscribe, and of course hit the notification bell so you know when there's a new video posted. I am going to aim to posting a new video every Sunday from now on, you guys, because I am really trying to help you guys get your stuff together, because I know a lot of my friends, a lot of my family, some of them which have even told me they still haven't got their bags together. Like, don't come show up at my house thinking I'm gonna take you in. That's not how this works. I'm teaching you now so that you can get your shit together now, so that you're not scrounging around later. There's gonna be thousands of people that are gonna need aid, and you don't want to be one of them. You don't want to be stuck out. Think of Hurricane Katrina. Think of all of those things. You want to be the person, who has a plan. You want to be the person who knows where you're at, who has your supplies, who has, a plan how to get your family, how to meet up with them, and how to get to where you're going. Have a couple of routes, a couple of destinations. We always want to be prepared. And that is exactly why I'm trying to help you guys get prepared. And I know a lot of my family and my friends are watching this. And of course, you guys have now become, like like my family. So I really want all of you guys to be as prepared as possible, because we don't know when something is gonna happen. We don't know when the disaster is gonna happen. We could literally start shaking right now. And what do you have prepped? If an earthquake hit right now, what do you have prepped? Not a damn thing, Gina. So get your shit together. Stop spending all of that money on that Gucci bag and invest into a little emergency kit. You can take $300 and, get a whole 30-day supply for an emergency kit instead of buying that bag and having $2 left in it. I'm just saying. All right, guys, thanks for tuning in. I know that this was a little bit different, but I do want to help families get prepared, and that's what I've been trying to do, and help my family get prepared. So I hope this helped you guys in picking the bags for your family. And if you like the video, make sure that you give it a thumbs up, and of course share with your friends and family, because there's no point of getting yourself together if you're not going to eventually get your whole family prepped. And although it's good to be prepared all by yourself, that's great. You should definitely do that. But the ultimate goal is to have all of our family be safe. So in that aspect, you really have to start preparing and start thinking about what your family's needs are. So thanks so much for tuning in again, guys. And don't forget to subscribe so I can see you in the next video. All right, guys, I'll see you later. Working damn hard, working damn